So hello, we're gonna do a what kind of men do you attract? Choose a number 1 or 2, and then we're gonna get into this video. So for group number 1, what type of men do you attract? Okay, we have pulled the Page of Pentacles and Ace of Swords. I'm getting you're attracting men who are very independent and driven for power, which is great, but on the downside, they tend to be closed minded and not open to new ideas. So you're attracting men who are very conservative. But on the upside, a lot of rich men tend to be conservative, but I don't think you want any Donald Trumps. So if these men aren't conservative, they still have beliefs about like what a woman's place is. Like, okay, you shouldn't be out working, you should be hanging with the children, which is a good tradition to have, of course. But I don't know if that's something that floats your boat or not. Because you could be a conservative as well. But another downside I'm getting is that the men you attract, they aren't open with sharing their feelings, which is very common because of how a lot of men are raised. But yeah, they don't share their feelings a lot, and this could cause them to seem distant to you. So that's what I saw in the Ace of Swords. Now we're going to go into the Page of Pentacles. So another type of man you're attracting are men that don't look at the future. So they're very impulsive, very much thinking about the now, probably don't want to put a condom on and just want to like take a risk. So yeah, make sure you don't get pregnant if that's something you're not looking to do. These men could be working at a job and they don't really care about moving up further. They're just like, you know what, I'm good where I'm at. And that's okay for them. I'm also getting that maybe this person, the men that you're attracting, they don't look at themselves in a positive light. They don't see themselves as very unique, even though they could be very funny and very like passionate about different things going on. They see themselves as a bit bland and dull. So, just because this is what you're attracting doesn't mean that this is what you always have to attract. Remember to change your mindset around men, change your mindset around dating, and say positive things to yourself like, you know what? I got the right guy for me. You know what? He's driven if you want him to be driven. He's marriage minded if you want that. Like, speak in things that you want to attract. Because maybe from these cards, you haven't been at a vibration, you haven't been at a level where the people you want are coming to you. So just keep that in the forefront of your mind. But also remember that it's possible and you can have it. And that you don't have to just sit in your house and wait for it to happen. You can also go out and people can find you. You can also, you never know, you could get this love message through the dating apps, which everybody says is horrible. But hey, you make your story. You make your mind and your thoughts come to fruition. If you see something in the cards that you don't want, okay, good. Now you can flip it and show, hey, what do I want? So, yeah, thank you, group number 1, for listening. This is not the time to get down if you are attracting men that you don't like, because I remember that was a big trend on like Twitter or something where it's like men I like versus men who like me, girls I like versus girls who like me. And don't look at that. Just look at, hey, this is what I want. Hey, it's possible for me. I got options everywhere. Da da da. So thank you for allowing me in your space. It was a pleasure talking to you. And let's go on to group number 2. Group number two, this is the answer to what type of men are you attracting? And I got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, so with this card, I'm getting that you attract men who don't like to listen. I'm assuming they're not even ready to be in a relationship. You're attracting men who are more obsessed with problems that are going on in their lives, but as well, they aren't explaining how it's affecting them mentally. So they're kind of like trying to be with you, trying to juggle having a job, trying to juggle family or other stressors in their life. And it's overwhelming them. And you're attracting men that can be very nitpicky, very much like, yeah, you're not doing this for me. You're not, like, very much judgmental. And if it's not judgmental of you, it could be judgmental of other people. Maybe you could be around them and they're like, oh, look at what this girl got on. Oh, look at what he doing. Oh, da, da, da. Like saying a lot of negativity. As well, I'm getting that you're attracting men that don't have a lot of boundaries. So it could be like, hey, if you don't like this person, you don't have to talk to them. But they keep engaging with them and trying to get into arguments and trying to make up problems for themselves. So in the next card, I'm getting the Queen of Swords in reverse. So now another type of man you're attracting is men that are not comfortable showing their feelings. They can be very socially awkward. They can seem kind of stiff. And these men are also perfectionists. So they grew up having to get straight A's and now they're pretty much on their toes, like, I gotta do everything right. As well, I'm getting men that are very direct with you, but direct in a way that can be very harsh. Like, certain things you don't gotta say out loud, okay? Sometimes you can keep the peace. So, men that aren't really thinking about keeping a harmonious relationship, keeping like give and take, thinking of compromise, finding middle ground, very much direct and very much like, this is what I want, you don't meet that, bye. So, of course, with the ending remarks for the men you're attracting, if these are the type of men that you don't want in your life, don't speak it into existence. Think about your childhood and think about how it's impacting your views on relationships in general and what type of people you go after. Maybe you're seeing some of your father, maybe you're seeing some of how your legal guardian, your mother, whomever treated you, or you're looking at the treatment that you've accepted in the past. And using this knowledge, remember you're not stuck in the past anymore and you can still get the type of men that you want to attract into your life. A big shift you can do is your mindset. Don't focus on, oh my God, this is the type of guy, oh, I don't want them, horrible, horrible. Don't focus on that. Sometimes it does help you to know what you don't want because now you know what you do want. So remember to flip that and be like, you know what? I don't want this to happen. So what's the opposite? Yeah, I want to bring this in. I'm bringing in men who love to talk about their feelings, who are very attentive, who love listening, who are very ambitious, who agree with my lifestyle, and we can also make compromises and meet in the middle and still have a good relationship. Even though, yeah, we could argue sometimes, da da da. Or maybe you're like, you know what, we never argue, everything is perfect. You know what, we have a nice, happy life. Yeah, so remember to just watch your mind and watch what thoughts you're telling yourself. Don't be stressing, I always meet this type of guy, I hate these type of guys. No, always flip it and think, okay, what type of guys do I want in my life? You know what? I'm attracting them everywhere. And of course, it'll seem like a lie. It'll feel like a lie, but keep saying it because it's going to give you more energy. It's going to give you more motivation. And you're going to be like, you know what? Who is for me is definitely here for me. And I got it already. And just move in the way that you got everything you want. So, thank you, group number 2. And that is the end of this video. So remember, I am coming out with a guided journal, coloring book, and workbook. So you'll get to write down your thoughts. You'll get to meditate by coloring. You'll get to do some fun puzzles. And they will all revolve around forming better relationships, forming better friendships, because I feel like that's something that people don't focus on enough. And there's a lot of power in writing down your goals. And so stay tuned for that. Sign up to the email list, and that'll help me know who's interested. So, thank you and goodbye.